Welcome to the Dega Boys Broadcasting Network. Here tonight, we are racing at North Wilkesboro, the Tour Showdown 50s. We're going to have a great time here tonight. We've got a great crew coming here. We're going to be bringing you some of the best on-track action that you guys can find tonight. First off, I've got Jay and Jared in the booth. Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm here ready to see some of this short track action that only the Nexus National Tour can provide. The best iRacers in the business here in North Wilkesboro tonight. I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too. And we also have Jared in the booth. Jared, how you doing?
Oh, I'm very excited, guys. I'm doing really good. Excited for some short track racing. It's going to be great.
Absolutely. It's going to be, again, a great night. We can't wait to bring you some racing action to wherever you may be right now, whether you're on your phone, tablet, TV, or PC. Let's first go over the track facts here real quick. We're at a half-mile oval here tonight. We got a track temp right now of 124 degrees, 980 feet above sea level. Got an ambient temperature of 78 degrees, humidity at 41%, partly cloudy skies, and a 3-mile-an-hour wind. We are going to be broadcasting some late model open setup racing with this track located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. We got 3 degrees of banking in the straights, 13 degrees of banking in the corner. We've got no quick repairs tonight, so these drivers are going to have to take care of their stuff in the beginning, try to be there at the end. And these drivers also have no extra tires during the race. So maybe a little bit of conservative, probably not. Probably from what we've seen in the races before, these guys are just max effort every lap. It's going to be very interesting. We got a pace car speed of 45 miles an hour. And we also have a pit speed limit of 35. All right, so we're just now at 41 minutes out of 45 for practice. Real quick, let's go over some race predictions. So, Jay, I'll let you go first. Tell us who you got for tonight and who you think's going to be on pole and maybe a dark horse.
Yeah, so I'll take the first race here, the winner of the first race. I believe it's going to be James Morris in the 18 car. We've seen his dominance so far this season. I believe this is a track that fits his driving style, super conservative at the early going, knows how to take care of his stuff and be there at the end, and I believe that we see him in victory lane. As far as the pole's concerned, that's a great one. This is pretty much wide open. We've seen different people take pole so far this season, but I'm going to piggyback off of my race pick, and I'm going to say James Morris finds a way to put this thing on the pole here for the first race here tonight. And maybe somebody that's a sleeper that I'm watching in the background is that Scott Mayhew Jr. number 29 car there with the Dubby paint scheme. I believe that he is going to be a factor all night. He's really good at these short tracks, really good in these late model stock cars, and I think he'll be another guy to take care of his stuff and be there at the end.
That's some great picks there. Jared, what kind of picks do you got for tonight?
Well, when it comes to pole position, I'm going to have to agree with Jay. I'm going to go with Scott Mayhew Jr. Wouldn't that just be great to see that W car up front where everybody can see it? I think it would be. And when it comes to winning this actual race, for no particular reason other than it's just a guy that I like to root for, I'm going to go with Matt Yost to win this one. I think he's due for a big win, so I'm going to go with Matt Yost to win this one.
There you have it. All right. I am going to go with Mobley here for pole. I think that he obviously has lots of speed. In the past weeks, he's shown that. And I think he's going to be very hard to stop. But I think the one driver that could possibly be up there and challenge him and contend for the wins in this race, I'm going to go with Tim Henderson here in the chat. I'm going to go with Rob Collier. Rob Collier, he's already fast in practice. I mean, I don't think he's really showing his stuff right now. I think he's going to be pretty quick. So, With that being said, we're going to go through qualifying next and then go through some pre-race ceremonies. Jay, why don't you give us a little bit of a taste of what we're going to be also doing here after some pre-race ceremonies.
Yes, tonight we are going to be doing a missing man formation lap at the beginning of this first race here in honor of Dylan Winter's grandfather who recently passed. Good remembrance for him. Everybody here tonight is going to be involved in this little salute that we're going to do in the pre-race. We'll have a moment of silence to honor his grandfather who recently passed. So racing with a heavy heart here for that 14 car of Dylan Winters tonight.
All right, so after pre-race ceremonies, we'll get right into that. We are looking at just about 40 seconds left in practice. We'll go straight into qualifying from there, and we'll get some on-track action here to you guys very, very shortly. Now, we've got a Rob Collier as a prediction to win the race. We have a, you said James Morris, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Yep, so we got James Morris, and then we got Scott Mayhew. Is that correct?
I picked Matt Yost.
Matt Yost, excuse me. Scott Mayhew for pole is what you said. So, you got a Yost, we've got a Morris, and we got a Collier. So we're all on different sides this week. We're pulling for different drivers. That's cool. Yeah, this is gonna be very fun. We've got a lot of drivers showing up tonight. 16 right now at this real short oval. As we now go into qualifying, we'll see who takes the track first. It looks like Bryce is going to be taking the track right now. We'll keep our cameras on him as he makes his attempt. See what the 4-car can do. We all know that Bryce is pretty quick here, no matter the car or the track. So we'll see what he can do with this particular combination here.
Yeah, he was quick in practice session right there. He'll definitely be one to contend for the pole. There's a few guys you're looking at to contend for pole here. The practice speeds were real tight, so this will be an interesting lap to see what he puts down here.
Zach Bates so far grabbing provisional as teammate to the 4-car. Matt Steven grabs provisional right now. We'll see him finish up his lap. Bryce Aussier here as Riley Mobley now on provisional. Riley Mobley, we're on board with him right now. He's coming through turn 3. Going through here. We'll see if he can best as he spins out. So not going to be able to chance to best his lap. Got Rob on track right now. He just crossed the start-finish line. He's going into turn 3 now. We'll see what he can do coming off of turn 4 now. If he can get a good lap time down. And he goes P5. We'll see if he can best that lap on this second chance here.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough lap to beat. 18.376. That's a benchmark out there for Mobley. This is gonna be a tough one to beat.
Rob does best it, but it's not enough. He goes P6. Here we go. We got James Morris on track. He is trying to grab pole from Mobley. This is his first lap.
Whoa, he's getting skatey off the corner.
And he goes
he takes
on
it to
pole
the top
by .003. Holy cow.
That was a heater right there. I didn't think that would be fast enough to beat Mobley, but see if he improves here on the second lap if he doesn't have that mistake off of 4. Looks like he didn't.
About 0.2 slower that time by.
We still have Dylan Winters and Scott Mayhew Jr. to qualify, so we still got some heavy hitters here.
We'll go with Dylan Winters here. See what he can do. Currently P4 on the board. He a 10th, close to a 10th and a half behind pull time right now. Let's see him get some loose there off of turn 4. Let's see what he can do this lap.
Yeah, he's really slideways pretty much off the corners. He's really digging and fighting with that car.
Comes across the line now. Let's see if he can best it. He doesn't. He's got one more lap to try and put down a fantastic lap to try and get himself back up to the front here. See what he can do. Coming off of turn 4 now, getting real sideways. And he does not. He is provisional 4th place right now. We got Scott Mayhew in the chat. Have a good stream. Appreciate you as always. Thank you, Scott. We appreciate that. We appreciate you for giving us such great on-track product and content, really.
Oh, we got 30 seconds left. I don't think Jordan Otten's going to have enough time to make an attempt, so my prediction of James Morris looks like it's coming to fruition here as a pole sitter. If I don't speak too soon.
You got lucky. By .003, and it looks like James Morris is going to be your pole winner for race number 1 tonight. Congratulations to that driver of the 18 machine. And he barely edges out Morris here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are lining up. Jay, let's go through the grid real quick here. We got James A. Morris on pole in the 18 car with Riley Mobley on the outside in the 05.
Starting third, we have Spicy Bryce Saucier in the number 4 car. Starting to the outside of him in the number 14 is Dylan Winters.
Matt Stevens starting P5 in the 98 car, and Scott Mayhew Jr. starting on the outside of him, P6 in the 29 car.
Starting P7 in the number 19 car, Zach Bates, and starting 8th in the 02, Showtime himself, Rob Collier.
Zach Brennan in the 31 car starting P9, with Javone Thompson starting P10 in the 93.
Starting 11th is Matt Yost in that 70 car, and then rounding out your top 12 starters here is Bad Brad Haldane in the 39.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your top 12 there. We are going to be doing our missing man salute here with Dylan Winters. He is going to be outside pole here. We'll go camera on him. Once we start rolling here, we'll go into a silence, but I am excited for this race. This is going to be a great race. I cannot wait to see these guys on track. What about you, Jay?
I am super excited. This is going to be some good old-fashioned short track racing like we've seen with this series thus far this season. And tonight we might see a surprise winner.
Yep. Hey, Brian Parker, we see you in the chat, buddy. Thanks for coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go into our silence here for the grandfather, Dylan Winters. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our missing man formation there. We are going to take another lap around behind the pace car before we go green again. Oh, sorry for that. We are very shortly going to be going green flag here. I think it's this time by will be going green. So with that being said, make sure to grab your snacks, grab your beers, your drinks, whatever you got going on. Grab your dinner and make sure you drink it real good. Eat those beers because, ladies and gentlemen, green flag racing is coming your way. We are in the green flag is out in the air right now. We've got the 18 car of James Morris. He is leading this field to green. He's got no competition at the moment. He's got the 8 car of Mobley behind him, and they go single file. We've got Dylan Winters on the outside. He bests the 4 car coming off of turn 2. And on the inside now in 4th place, we've got Bryce Saucier battling it out with the 29. He makes that position stick, and he is now P4.
Wow, as now we got Mayhew Jr. all over the back here of Saucier. He's still in 5th place, and now he's got Matt Steven, and now Rob is taking it to the outside there of Matt Steven. Still single file here for the first 6 spots.
Ooh, something happened to the 8 car here. Something bad. He's dropping like a rock. He's now P6. And he might be back in the game here. He's side by side with the O2 car going through 3 now. Looks like he might... Oh, no, he's battling out. He's back in the game here. P7 battling with Rob Collier going into turn 1 now.
Yeah, whatever that issue was, he's got a long way to climb back to the front of this field now. Still side by side with Rob here. Hanging it out on the outside is Rob, like he always does. Gets a little loose. He's going to lose that position as Mobley's still fighting it across the line here. Now send Brennan to the inside of Collier. He's trying to take that spot away.
Now you see that 31 car trying to grab that chance that he could to try to pass the O2 car, but it does not happen. He stays behind the O2 car, currently in 8th position. As we now see Rob, he's trying to get back to the rear bumper of this 8 car of Riley Mobley. Riley Mobley trying to get away from him. He's got a huge gap in front of him to Matt Steven. We'll see what he can do here.
Yeah, as the field is now all spread out here from 1st to 5th, and then you have your big battle here between Rob and Riley, as Riley sends it in up on the outside line. He's going to open the door for Rob. Rob was looking, was not able to make it happen. See if he sets up another charge here as we see Mayhew Jr. all over the back of Spicy Bryce trying to take that P3 spot away.
Yeah, these two guys here, Jay, they've been battling out real calmly as you now see the 29 trying to get underneath the 4. It's not going to happen coming off of turn 2. Maybe a little bit of wall grab there by the 29, but going into turn 3 now, it kind of looks like the 29 might have a little bit of center corner speed, or a little bit more center corner speed than this 4 car, as you now see him all over the rear bumper of this 4 car, maybe giving him a little nudge coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, Bryce is making it real wide, taking away Mayhew Jr.'s inside line, playing very defensively now. Mayhew Jr. is going to use a little bit of bumper off of 4. That's going to allow Bryce to kind of skate away a little bit here, as now Mayhew Jr. is going to send it back in on the bottom and try and find another way around Bryce as he's sideways going out of 2.
Looks like the 4 car is struggling a little bit with exit speed as you now see the 29 underneath the 4. They're coming off of turn 4, still side by side. They're going to battle it out going into turn 1. The 29 looking like he's got the preferred line. Oh, he gets real sideways, but he's saving it. He does save it. The 29 going back straight again, and he's under attack by the 98. The 98 underneath the 29, coming off of turn 4 now.
Still side by side off of 4. Coming across the line, Matt Stevens still looking to the inside of Mayhew Jr. Mayhew Jr. sends it around up on the outside. He's recovering from his mistake as he's still charging down the back, and he run down Bryce for that P3 spot again. As you see Rob Collier, he's over here closing in on this battle now. He's cleared Mobley.
A great battle we just watched between the 29 and the 4. The 29 getting a little loose, not being able to compete with the 4 car anymore. He's got a little bit of ground to make up between him and the 4 car. We'll see what that turns into here later on. As now we see Rob, he's working his way up front as we see a side-by-side, almost 3-wide battle here between the 31, 8, and the 19 of Zach Bates. They're moving their way up front. They're trying to, at least. And the 8 car having some early struggles in this race, relegated all the way back to P8 right now on the inside of the 31 off of 4.
Yeah, this is a great battle. Bates is just kind of lurking in the background like Josh, trying to find a way around these guys. As Bates, or as you see the 31 car of Brennan up on the outside of Mobley, just driving a race of his life, hanging on the outside, not giving any room for Mobley down on the bottom to make this pass.
Yeah, that goes to say how fast this 31 car is, hanging it out on the outside and making it work. So he's doing a great job there, as possibly some more issues with that 8 car. He keeps blinking a lot. We'll see what happens to him during the rest of this race. But real quick, let's move up here and see what's going on with these guys, as we now see Rob Collier. He's getting to the rear bumper of the 98.
Yeah, Rob is fast. He's been charging through the field. Didn't start exactly where he normally would start up front, so he's having to work his way up through the field as he sends it in on the bottom. Drives off of 4 with some great speed and acceleration, as he is now trying to set up Matt Steven, trying to find where he's weaker, trying to find a way around here.
As we still see the 02 trying to work over the 98, we also see now the 29 car getting as close as he can to the 4 car. We saw that gap a lot bigger a couple laps ago. The 29 slowly reeling in that 4 car of Bryce Saucier in P3. As we see first and second now, they are spreading out. We've got Dylan Winters in P2, and it looks like he's slowly reeling in that 18 car of James Morris. So we'll see what's going on here in the coming laps. We're only on lap 20. We got 30 more laps to go, and he's got plenty of time to make something happen.
Yeah, as this battle here for third is heating up, we got 4 cars here under a blanket. Mayhew Jr. looking to the outside of Bryce this time. Bryce gets a little bit sideways off the corner, leaves a little bottom open. Mayhew Jr. was not able to take it to the bottom. He's going to follow behind Bryce in the same situation he was in earlier, but can he find a way around this time?
Unfortunately, the 29 car is going to be coming under attack from the 98, who is also teammates with the 4 cars. So maybe a little bit of team helping going on here with Ace Racing, that is of the 4 and the 98. We'll see what's going to happen here. It's going to get really, really hairy here because the 02 now pushing the issue on the 98.
Yeah, Rob Collier, he's trying to find a way around. You can tell that the 29 and the 02
oh, he goes around!
Jr. into the back of Saucier. Matt Steven makes contact.
Oh, and the 8 car's around. That's a caution.
Out.
Wow. So the first issue there wasn't even the caution. The 8 car getting hit from behind, it kind of looked like what brought out the caution. Let's go back and look at this yellow flag real quick and see what happened. So we now see the 8 car going into turn 1 with all that carnage happening in front of them. Oh, maybe the 31 just probably didn't have good visibility. And Javone Thompson getting a piece of that 8 car.
Yeah, that's just short track racing. That 4 car was holding up that 29 just a little bit, and the 29 was just trying to find a way around. They made unfortunate contact. But you know what they say? That's just short track racing, baby. That's what happens.
Well, that's our basically our first caution there. Lap 25 right now. We got the 4 car in pit road. We got the 98 and the 93. We've got Robert Gast on pit road right now as well. So, you know, fixing a little bit of damage there. They'll come back out on track. They'll be all right. Right now, though, we've got Rob Collier up in P3. What a great turnaround for that car.
Yeah, he's been just cold and collected tonight, driving through the field. Was able to avoid that contact there and kind of skated by on the bottom, took advantage of it. Now he's going to put himself on the second row here with still half the race remaining. great opportunity here for Rob to capitalize on this race.
Yep, absolutely. And we've got James Morris. He's still leading this race. You got Dylan Winters behind him in P2. So your top three right there, some pretty strong cars. We've got the 29 behind them as well. We know how strong Scott Mayhew is week in and week out, just not having that look.
Yeah, and Morris was really kind of checking out on the field there a little bit, so now he's going to have to defend on a restart, and we know how fast that 14 car was getting on the end of that run, being able to maintain lap time with the 18, and it actually looked like he was going a little quicker, closing that gap up on the 18, so it's going to open the door up for multiple guys here to stick their nose in this fight for the win.
Absolutely. We've got RPG in the chat. Hey ya. How you doing, my guy? Thanks for coming out, watching our stream in the comments section. We appreciate it. I hope we're bringing you some great broadcasting action here. As now we see the lights are out on the pace car. We are going green flag racing this time by, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see James Morris lead the field to green again. And we are not going green this time by. We're waving off the start of this race real quick. Something happened back here. Is that Riley Mobley around again? Oh, man.
This guy's just having all kinds of trouble tonight. Not the type of race where you usually come to expect here out of Riley Mobley.
No.
Always with a fast car running up front, just having all the trouble tonight.
Well, hopefully he can get back up in there and make something happen. Hey, we got Jared here. Jared, what do you got?
Well, guys, they are holding the yellow flag out right now, so everybody that went a lap down during that caution can get their lap back. Is what's happening right now. So.
Gotcha. Okay, well, there you got it for the delay of the start there, but we're going green flag racing right now. The green flag is out in the air, and the 18 car leading the field to green. He's got the 14 car right on the outside of him. The 14 car is holding on very strong on the outside. He's getting real close to that rear quarter panel to the 18 car, and he holds strong on the outside. Still side by side going into turn 3 now. The 14 edges out, but the 18 has the preferred line. He takes over P1 as Dylan Winters now. He's battling on the inside. But Rob Collier around. Big pile up.
Oh, the big one at North Wilkesboro.
Wow. I don't even know where to begin there.
Yeah, I didn't quite see what happened. Who was behind Collier? I was so focused on that battle between Morris and Winters. They were putting it on each other, man. This is some good racing right there.
All right, let's look at this yellow flag real quick and see what happened to the 02 car going into turn 1. A little bit of bump there by the 29. And just a pile up. Woo! Look at all those cars coming through.
That was a strange caution. It almost looked like Rob was looking to go to the bottom, and that's what Mayhew Jr. was expecting, but Rob just kind of stayed in the middle there, and Mayhew Jr. kind of misjudged his braking mark there going in the corner because he expected Rob to go to the inside. That was just a weird racing deal right there.
Yeah, very, very strange. We've got RPG in the chat. Green. Never mind. Yes, sir. That happened. But it looks like
it'd be good to go on board with Mayhew Jr. there to kind of see what happened from his perspective.
Absolutely. Let's go on board with him, see what happened. So we now go on board with the Dega Boys camera. Sorry, guys. Here we go. We'll see. We're coming off of turn 4 now.
Yeah, that's almost what it looked like. It looked like Rob was committed to the bottom, and he kind of came up a lane, and Mayhew Jr. had already had his mark set for where he was going to enter the corner. That was just a interesting racing deal there between those two. Unfortunate.
Yeah, very.
Both running up front.
We'll see what these guys can do. We've seen Rob come from the back to the front multiple times, so the O2 car has that opportunity there, and so does the 29. The 29 has done it as well. I think we have lights off on the pace car. No, we don't. We're still going around the racetrack here under caution, and we're going to be seeing the 18 car lead the field to green again on this restart, and with the 14 car starting on the outside. And we've got a pit road report here from Jared. Jared, what do you got for us?
Guys, on that wreck, I got a little insight on it. It was just a little bit of a braking issue from Scott Mayhew Jr. Just kind of missed his brake a little bit on that corner, got into Rob, and then the rest of the guys behind him, when they locked up the brakes to try to avoid that wreck, they just kind of lost their back end, so they just kind of an accordion effect that happened right there. So that's just kind of what happened.
There you have it. Our very reliable source there of Jared McDonald telling us what is going on. We appreciate you, Jared. Thank you so much. We got lights out on the pace car. We're going green flag racing this time by. We're going to be seeing the 18 car lead the field to green again. The 14 car on the outside. Jay, this is going to be a great battle, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited. Dylan Winters did a phenomenal job on the outside on that last restart. See if he can back it up with new contenders behind him. This is going to get good.
Brian Parker in the chat. Let's go 29. Put it behind you. Get to the front. Absolutely. I am excited to see that 29 work his way back up as now the 18 car takes the green flag and gets a fantastic jump in front of the 14 of Dylan Winters. The 18 car almost in a zip code of his own there on that restart, getting way ahead of the 14 car. In third place, we've got Zach Bates now. He's trying to hold the field back and stay up with the lead pack there as we got the 31 car of Zach Bates. He's trying to work his way up as well.
Wow, this is some great dueling here as now Winters did not get a good restart, but he is putting it back together. He's charging back down James Morris. Does he have anything left in those tires that he can serve enough to come back at James Morris here? Because we're going to get 12 to go at the line.
Oh, Bryce Ossier around.
Oh, and so does Dabrowski.
Oh. What'd that wall ever do to you, Patrick? Let's go back and look at that yellow flag there and see what happened to the 4 car. 4 car, really the start of this wreck going on. Look at this pack of cars. It just gets loose. 23 gets some contact trying to check up for the accident. That's all she wrote there, ladies and gentlemen. That is how the cookie crumbles. Got Bryce down pit road now, probably getting some repairs done. Robert Gass still on pit road as well. Lots of laps down. Doesn't look like he'll be back on track. Maybe hoping for that pole position for race 2. That's a viable strategy, right?
Yeah, it's a very viable strategy. It's going to be interesting to see if Dylan Winters can fix that restart that he had that last time. Did not get the restart he was hoping for. It looked like he spun his tires a little bit there. And just wasn't able to maintain that pace with Morris there on the early run, but he was able to rebound. So we'll see if he can improve that restart this time by, or next time by, as the lights are still out.
Yeah, and you know, Jay, I think that the 19 of Zach Bates here, he has another opportunity to stay on the rear bumper of that 18 car, because what we saw in the last restart is that 19 car also didn't get a great restart. So, you know what? Maybe it's a second chance for the 19 car to stay up there as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. I believe this restart is going to get wild. The laps are winding down. We've got 9 laps to go currently. We'll probably have somewhere around 7 to go when we go green. This is going to get wild.
Yes, sir, it is. We've had a great battle here before these last string of cautions coming out between the 14 and the 18. The 14 has a good bit of speed here, and he's racing with a heavy heart for his grandfather. It'd be a dream come true for that team to come out here and win this race and to continue that momentum into race 2. I think that would be a great momentum push for that 14 team.
Yeah, he's definitely racing with a chip on his shoulder tonight. You could do some amazing things behind the wheel when you have things on the outside going in certain directions. So this will be a very interesting restart for him. And to note, at the end of this race, we're going to invert the field and send him again for another 50 lappers. So you definitely want to get the points here and then do it again the next race. As the lights are out on the pace vehicle, you know what that means.
We're going green flag racing, ladies and gentlemen. This time by, we're going to be seeing the 18 car leading this field to green. So we see the 4 car getting a wave around right now. We'll see if he can get caught back up to the rear of the field before we go green. We'll see what happens there, but the action is going to be right here, ladies and gentlemen, between the 18, the 14, the 19, and the 31. We'll see what the 14 can do on this restart. Maybe the 19 or possibly the 31. The 18 going into the restart zone now, and the green flag is out in the air. The 14 does get a pretty good restart as we see the 00 on the wall way in the back there, but the 18 clears the 14. Coming in out of turn 2 now, excuse me, as we got some great battling in the back happening as well. But as we see the 14, he grabs a lot of distance between the 14 and the 18. We're going to see if he can make a move going down the back straightaway.
5 laps to go. Does Dylan Winters have anything left to come at James Morris? He is all over his rear bumper. He's going to send it into 3. He's going to draw even closer to Morris. Can he get a great drive off? He does. This is getting exciting. We got 4 laps to go at the line this time.
The 14 car throwing everything he has at it to try and get around to this 18 car and pass him. But going down the back straightaway into turn 3 now, it looks like that gap may be increasing a little bit. The 14 car needs something to go for him. He needs some luck. He needs some help to get up to this 18 car and pass him going down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Morris is able to pin that thing right where he wants it mid-turn. It looks like Winters here in the 14 is searching around a little bit. He slides off of 4. He's digging. We got 2 laps to go now.
The 14, you got to do something, my guy, to get around that 18 car. The 18 car slow and steady, hitting every mark that he can to try and keep this 18 machine in front of the 14. Coming off of turn 4 now for the white flag.
Here it is, the white flag, the final lap of the race. We got Morris, first Winters. Winters draws even closer into turn 1. Can he set something off of turn 2? He does. He's got a great run down the back. He's got one more chance at it. He sends it in on the bottom of turn 3. Morris shuts the door on him. And to take win number 1 of the night here in North Wilkesboro, it's James Morris.
Great race there between James Morris and Dylan Winters, duking it out for the race 1 win. James Morris coming out on top there to get the race win. Let's go ahead and pull up Morris real quick. Get his thoughts on that race. James, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great, man. We get to talk about some racing. We get to watch some racing and broadcast it straight to YouTube with iRacing's best drivers in the business. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Well, a great race you just displayed to us there, and a great battle that you had between you and the 14 car. Why don't you talk about the closing laps there and everything that happened and what you did to keep that 18 car up front?
Man, you know, first off, I got to give a shout out to Dylan and to everything he's been through, and enjoy racing him for the battle for that win. And I know we're just more than racing nights. This is for his granddad, and this win was for him. Me and Dylan actually worked really hard together throughout the week, working on the set, working in this track. And I knew that we were pretty much equal. I mean, we were we were hitting lap time for lap times. I'd hit my fastest, he hit his, I hit mine, he hit his. You know, I did everything right. You know, just having that first place and be able to restart and control the restart, that was my best friend. That's exactly how I won this race, was the restart box. Being able to get going, time it, hit the box, make sure I'm in there where I'm legal, and just go.
Absolutely. So the restart box playing a huge factor for this win, possibly maybe seeing it in race 2, and we've going to be having an invert. So James going to be starting in the back here. It's going to be a great show for everybody to watch that 18 car work his way back up to the front. That's all I had for you, James. Jay, do you have anything for James?
Yeah, I just want to ask, who do you have to thank for this performance? You ran up front. We see you weekly just putting this thing up towards the front of the field. Who do you have to thank again for an awesome race here? I mean, you touched on Dylan, but is anybody else on outside that room?
Oh, just Dylan, I got to thank my team, as usual. You know, we are a whole, we're a unit, and without each and every one of them, we could not make this team do what it does when we compete each week up front, running for top 5s, top 3s, contending for wins. It's a whole team effort, you know, and to all our girlfriends and wives that put up with us late at night telling us to shut up because we're too loud, you know, we couldn't do it without their support either. So, and we couldn't do this without you guys. I mean, come on, we got to give you guys props for the amazing content and broadcasting that y'all bring each and every week. I mean, I have so much fun going back just watching the races.
Well, thank you for that comment. We truly appreciate it. We enjoy it. But thank you again for that nice comment. And we'll see you in the next race, hopefully.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
All right.
Have fun, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. Congratulations again. That was James Morris, your first race winner. A great race we saw, Jay. Some good stuff happening there. We saw the 18, the 14 duking it out there on restarts. Somebody who challenged the 18. That's something that we haven't really seen much lately. So very refreshing to see. Very cool to see that. And putting in the time for the setups and the track pays off.
Yeah, that was fantastic race. And the parity we saw throughout that race, though, we saw Mayhew Jr. fast early on, have his troubles. We saw Rob fast early on, driving through the field, have his troubles. We saw Mobley, one of your favorites coming into the night. He had trouble early on, wasn't able to recover. So out of all of that, we saw a great finish between Winters and with Morris. And they both were faster at different parts of the track, and it came down to the very end. That's all you can ask for in short track races. Some good battling for the win, and that's what we got in race 1.
And you know what? It's only going to get better. We've got some very fast cars in the back of this pack that's going to be starting race number 2, and we're going to be seeing some very fast drivers wanting to get back to the front. So, in a few short seconds here, we're going to be gridding back up again for race 2. We'll go over that grid real quick. We'll see who's going to have a tough time. It's going to be great. I'm so excited for this. All right. Warm-up is over. Grid is out. Starting on pole for race number 2. Robert Gaston, the 87 car, is your pole winner for the second race. And Alexander Light in P2 in that 54 car.
Starting third is Spicy Bryce Saucier in that number 4 with Jordan Otten in the 00, starting 4th.
Starting P5, you've got Javone Thompson in the 93 car with Scott Mayhew starting on the outside of him, starting P6 in the 29 car.
Starting P7th is Patrick Dubronsky in that number 23 car. Starting 8th in the 09, Steven Downton.
Starting P9, we got Matt Steven in the 98 and Riley Mobley in the 05, starting on the outside of him, P10.
Starting 11th is that 70 car of Matt Yost, and then rounding out your top 12 starters, Showtime himself in the 02, Rob Collier.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So far, we don't have Robert Gass starting on the grid, so that might mean a pole for Alexander Light here. We'll see. As we now have Jared coming from pit road. Jared, what do you got for us?
Guys, I was able to talk to Dylan Winters right there, finished second in that heat, and kind of got a little bit his insight there on those last 3 laps. And, you know, he was digging real hard. I mean, he really wanted it. He was trying to time his restarts real well with James. And he was just pushing to try to get his nose right underneath him there, and just kind of ran out of time. He feels really comfortable going forward. He feels like he had the faster car there. So a lot of confidence coming from Dylan Winters. So I think he's definitely going to guy to look for working his way through this pack here in this heat.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it from Dylan Winters. He is going to be on a roll tonight. He's going to be looking for race 2 win. Now we see Bryce Saucier. He's going to be starting on the inside P1. Because Robert Gass did not grid, the bottom lane moves up 1, and there you have it, the 4 car. Going to be starting this field. Got lights off on the pace car. We're going green flag racing this time by. So we now are going to be seeing the pace car coming into pit road. The 4 car going to be leading this field to green. Going through the restart box now. The green flag in the air, and the 4 car gets a great jump over the 54 car of Alex Light. Going into turn 1 now, no competition as we see the 54 and 93 go side by side, but the 93 comes out on top. We see the 54 and 23 side by side now, going in between 3 and 4, coming off of 4 now, and the 54 still on the outside.
Wow, is he still stuck up on the outside here going into turn 1? He drives it in real deep. He's going to do a crossover on Dabrowski. Take Light to the inside of Dabrowski, going for P3 now. They're still side by side through 3, coming off of 4. Light is going to clear him.
Some great battling happening here now as we see a crossover by the 23. He's on the inside of the 54 going through turn 1 and 2. Coming off of turn 2 now, going down the back straightaway. They're side by side going into turn 3. Still a great battle happening here for 3rd place, and it's not going to end anytime soon. They're still neck and neck going into turn 1.
Wow, they're still side by side. That 54 is driving. Sitting back there licking his chops. He's like, who's gonna prevail here?
Still side by side, coming off of turn 2 now. The 23 and 54 neck and neck, as we're going to see the 23 dive it real deep into turn 3, trying to get that position over the 54, as the 54 is still holding strong on the outside. Going into turn 1 now, they're still side by side. This is insane. They've been side by side since the start of this race. We're starting lap 6 now. I mean, it's crazy, as now the 23 gets a little loose off of turn 2 and loses that position. The 54 taking over 3rd place.
As now you see Mayhew Jr. mixing it up now. He's to the inside of Matt Steven. He's trying to get into this battle. He says, I want to join the fun, boys, as he clears Matt Steven barely off that corner. Wow, what a move by Mayhew Jr. as he's closing up on the back bumper of Dabrowski now, trying to take that P4 spot.
Single file now for most of the field. We see a little side-by-side action as we see a little bit of Rob Collier there going on the inside of the 00. But the 29 is battling the 23 very hard now. Going into turn 3, the 29 shoves it in there, and he's side-by-side with the 23 coming off of turn 4. Going into turn 1 now, the 29 is going to have the preferred lane as the 23 goes really high, but he's going to have the run coming down the back straightaway now. Oh, he might have grabbed a little bit of wall. Going into turn 3, he's going to go real high again, getting up into that marble, so that's not what he wanted. Oh, we're 3 wide off of turn 4. A little bit. They somehow keep it straight.
Wow, what a move by Mayhew Jr. as if Dabrowski was getting a whole lot of wall there. Up into the marbles, now move Mayhew Jr. up to P4. As we see a side-by-side battle here, Light just went by your second-place driver of Javone Thompson. Light is on a charge. He's been making it happen on the inside, on the outside, anywhere and everywhere. Here comes the 54 car.
The 54 car now setting its sights on the 4 car of Bryce Saucier. Coming out of turn 4 now after taking away that second place position from Javone Thompson. We still got some great battles happening on in the back. Some side-by-side action. We've got Matt Steven here now battling it out with Riley Mobley and the 23 car of Patrick Dabrowski. Oh man, that was close. The 23 shuts the door on the 98, which makes room for the 8 car. He goes on the inside. And going into turn 1 now, we got a caution way in the back.
Yeah, we missed Mayhew Jr. He actually spun about 3 laps ago, or 2 laps ago, off of 4.
Wow, I completely missed that. All right, let's go back and look at this yellow flag with Zach Bates here. Looks like turn 3. Oh, coming up in front of the 09 a little bit. Just grabbing a little bit of help there. Interesting to see what happened. Let's go to Scott Mayhew here real quick and see what happened to him going into turn 1. Oh, just caught a little sideways there. Saves it, though. Maybe a little bit of left rear damage. Not much, though. He got lucky.
Yeah, and he was charging. I'm really excited for this restart with Alexander Light up on the outside. We know what he could do on the outside line with those great battle he had with Dabrowski. Finally moved himself past Javone Thompson to get back to P2. This is going to get exciting. That 54 car is on rails up on that outside line.
Yeah, and that's very refreshing to see as well, because we see everybody utilizing that bottom lane to get all the speed they can. The 54 car making passes on the outside. That's crazy.
Yeah, that battle with him and Dabrowski was just amazing. That was some of the best racing you can ask for. That was insane. The double crossovers. The 54 put the crossover on the 23, and then the 23 did it right back the next corner, and then they went side by side for about 5-6 laps. Just, that is what you love to see. These are why these are the best iRacers in the business. They refuse to lose. They do whatever it takes to win. They will hang it on each other's doors. They will try to find any bit of speed or momentum they can to carry it to the next corner, and continue that run.
Absolutely. We're seeing some new faces up front leading this race. We are on lap 14. Still lights on the pace car. We're going to be going around again at least one more time, I think. And then we'll be seeing the 4 car leading this field to green, with the 54 on the outside. Again, very interesting what we're going to be seeing here between the 4 and the 54. All right, ladies and gentlemen, lights are off on the pace car. We're going green flag racing this time by. You'll see everybody stacking up for the restart that the 4 car is going to lead. Oh boy, this is going to get exciting. Got Gregory Shaw in the chat. Let's go, Alex. Number 54 for life. Yes, sir. He's about to give us a great show here now as the pace car coming off the racing surface, and the green flag is out in the air. The 4 car getting a pretty decent restart there, but the 54 hanging it on the outside, but he's not going to be enough. He's not going to be able to get it to the outside of the 4 car. Coming off of turn 2 now, and the 54 is going to be all over the rear bumper of the 4 going into 3. We'll see what he does coming off of turn 4.
Wow, he diamonds the corner perfectly, gets right to the bumper of Bryce Saucier. He's going to do it again. He goes to the outside. He's going to drive it all the way down to the bottom. He doesn't this time. He likes that outside groove. He's making it work as he's still trying to chase down Bryce. Bryce playing a little defensive, about a car length off the bottom there, going into the turn. Oh, he's sideways. Here comes Alex Light in the 54 car to the outside of him.
And the 54 car kind of getting the door shut on him as he's trying to look on the inside, but he goes on the outside. The 54 car now got a quarter panel on him, but the 4 car dives it real deep into turn 3. And here comes the 54 all over the rear bumper of the 4 car going into turn 1. He's trying to make this pass on the outside, and Bryce keeps blocking him, and he gets turned into turn 1 in the 54. We all save it. They're all straight. Insane.
My goodness, they are digging, baby. This is some great short track racing here.
Oh, maybe something happening here with the 4 car. See what happens. What a save by these guys, though. Alexander relegating to the lead of this race. Wherever the 4 car ends up, Bryce Saucier, I don't believe he'd be in the back there. Anyways, let's go look at this replay for this wreck, or almost wreck that happened between the 4 car and the 54 car. Little contact made there. You know, it'd be a great shot, Jay, if we went ahead and went on board with this 54 car of Alexander Light. See what happened. We'll go on board with our Dega Boys cam. See what happened. Just a little bit of contact there. We've seen all night, Jay, just a little bit of contact with the nose and the rear bumper. It'll get that car around. It upsets it quite a lot.
Yeah, that's a good point. These cars definitely do not like that rear contact. They just kind of send them around every time. We've seen it happen so far tonight. But that's going to put Alexander Light here on the front row with Riley Mobley up here in the 8 car up on the outside. This is going to get really good. We know how fast that 8 car is every week with Riley Mobley behind the wheel.
Look at that. We got Alex Light in the chat. Sir, you know, texting and driving is frowned upon. That is a no-no. But but in all seriousness, he does say, I feel bad about that. Did not mean to make contact. Oh, we know. You guys were having
just short track racing, baby.
You guys were having a great battle up there, though. That was some good racing. But now we're going to be able to see the 54 and the 8 car go side by side on this restart. We'll see what they can do, or what the 54 can do to keep the 8 car behind them. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going green flag racing this time by. We'll see the 54 car and what he can do to keep these cars behind him. He's got a pretty fast car, especially on the outside. So we'll see what he can do here. On the inside, he'll be restarting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be seeing the pace car coming off the racing surface, and green flag is out in the air. The 54 looking like he's getting a great restart to this race. He does. He already clears the 8 car going into turn 1. He's taking a huge diamond into this turn here, coming off of turn 2 now. He gets a great run going down the back straightaway, and the 8 car shoving it in to turn 3, trying to make something happen. He can't this time by. We'll see what he does into turn 1.
Here comes Mobley on the inside of Alexander Light. Alexander Light's going to hang it up on the outside, get a great run off the corner. Mobley can't do anything with it. He's going to do it again, send it into turn 3. Riley Mobley does, as he is still trying to find a way around Alexander Light in that quick number 54.
That 54 is just on rails when you stick him on the outside. Nobody can compare. He's beating people on the inside line. It's crazy how fast this car is. On the outside, nobody can challenge him at the moment, as we still see the 8 car diving it into the corner, not being able to make anything happen. Going into turn 1 now, we'll see him dive it in there again. Still not being able to make anything happen, as the 54 still retains the lead off of turn 2.
Wow, we are watching some great racing as these guys go side by side. It's allowing Javon Thompson and Matt Steven to close in on this battle. We got a 4-car battle now for the lead, as we're still side by side for the lead, as Alexander Light is just rim riding that outside line. Mobley cannot make it happen on the bottom.
It's still the 54 on the outside and the 8 on the inside. We got a line of cars on the inside now waiting their turn to try and make their pass on the 54. But now the 54 and 8 are neck and neck going into turn 1, as you see the 8 car pushing the 54 up a lane, trying to get him to slow down a little bit to complete that pass. He still can't make it happen. Going through 3 and 4 now, looks like the 8 car might clear the 54. No, they're still side by side going into turn 1 now. The 54 still side by side with the 8 coming off of turn 2. This is incredible racing by these two guys.
Wow, this is some amazing racing. This is so awesome to see the best racers in the business put it on the line, as the 8 car might have cleared the 54. He doesn't. Alexander Light is still on the outside, hanging it out. He's giving him a door. Oh, Mobley clears him off of the corner. Now we move Mobley to the lead, as Javon Thompson's now looking to the inside Alexander Light for second.
A different lane change we saw out of that 8 car to push the 54 out of his comfortable groove, and he completes the pass. And now the 54 electing to go on the bottom lane, under attack by the 93. The 93 wanting to take over that P2 position, possibly being able to do it. He needs to get back to that rear bumper of the 54, as you see him get a little sideways off of turn 4. Excuse me. Now we got a side-by-side battle here with Javon Thompson and Matt Steven. Matt Steven on the inside of the 93 going down the back straightaway.
Wow, they're still side by side. Going into 3, Matt Stevens going to send it in on the bottom. Javon Thompson's going to try and hang it on his door, but don't look now. Here comes Dylan Winters and Showtime Rob Collier trying to mix it up here in the front of the field.
Dylan Winters racing with a chip on his shoulder. He wants the win of this race. He is slowly and methodically moving his way up front, P5 right now, as we still see this battle going on between the 98 and the 93. It looks like the 93 got a little bit of loose off of turn 4. Maybe being able... Oh, the 98 can't make it happen. The 93 coming back real strong on the outside, not being able to complete that pass, and the 98 still stuck on the bottom. The 14 and the 02 encountering a roadblock right in front of them. They can't do anything.
Wow, Javon Thompson taking a note right out of Alexander Light's playbook, just hanging it up on the outside, making it extremely difficult for Matt Steven there in the 98 car, as now he clears him. Going into turn 3, he's still clear, as Matt Stevens going to set it back on the bottom. Here comes Dylan Winters all over the bumper of Matt Steven. He's trying to find his way around now.
Rob Collier and the 23 of Dobronsky, they are side by side as well. Some very close racing as we see a side-by-side battle here with Dylan Winters and the 98 of Matt Steven. Dylan Winters on the inside trying to complete this pass and continue to work his way up front. He's scored his P4 right now going into turn 1. He's got the preferred lane over the 98 on the bottom side, and coming off of turn 2, we'll see who has the run. It's the 98. The 14's going to have to try something different to get this pass done.
Wow, this is incredible. As now Winters is going to clear Matt Steven. Matt Steven looking for the crossover. He can't make it happen. Move Dylan Winters up to P4, but here comes Rob Collier. He's on the bottom of Matt Steven. He's trying to make it happen. Matt Steven kind of closed the door on him a little bit. He takes it to the outside. Here comes Showtime on the bottom.
And here comes the 14 trying to make this pass on the 93, and it looks like he's going to complete it, possibly. No, the 93 holding strong on the outside, has the run going down the back straightaway now. But into turn 3, the 14 shoves it real deep in there. He's going to complete the pass on the 93. The 14 now in third place.
Oh, he gets a little bumper business from Javon Thompson after he clears him. He's going to try and set sail to the leaders now as Javon Thompson's like, I'm coming back. Here he comes to the inside. No, he doesn't. He goes back to the outside. It's going to open the door up for Rob on the inside here. This is incredible. What are we watching? Here comes Collier.
Collier on the inside of the 93 going into turn 1. He's going to have to pull off a similar move to that the 14 did. He's going to have to make this pass happen. And going into turn 3 now, he shoves it real deep there. He's going to complete the pass off at turn 4. Javon Thompson now being relegated to P5 and Collier up to P4.
Wow, now here's Mayhew Jr. He wants to play up here with the big boys up in the front of this field. As now Matt Stevens going to try and take it to the bottom of Javon Thompson. Mayhew Jr. is looking to go 3 wide in the middle. It ain't going to happen. As now we see Matt Stevens still side by side off of 4. Going into turn 1. Javon Thompson on the outside. Here comes Mayhew Jr. He was looking to make it 3 wide out the middle.
Oh, big sideways by the 93 and the 29 gets turned again. Off of turn 2. He's in the infield. No caution.
Oh, and he gets it righted back on the track. And the leaders will be coming up on him real shortly here. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with this battle, as it looks like Alexander Light's actually maintaining this gap to Mobley. This might get exciting as we're coming up to 11 laps to go. This time at the line, we got Mobley versus Light here for the win here in race 2. He's got it down to 0.2 of a second there on corner entry.
Now you can see on the top left lap times, and it looks like the 54 a little bit quicker than the 8 car of Riley Mobley. As he continues to work over this 8 car, we've got great battles happening in the back with Dylan Winters and Rob Collier as well. Rob Collier being able to get past that flock of cars of Javon Thompson, Matt Steven, and Patrick Jabronsky. He's working his way around the 14, or at least trying to.
Oh, as Dylan Winters is really struggling on corner.
Oh, we got a contact in the back. No caution.
Here, hit to Bronski, no caution. Wow, these guys are racing hard out here tonight. They are trying to take every position they can get. This is exciting.
We'll go back up to the front here with Collier and the 14 car of Winners. Unfortunately, the 23 car down pit road now. It's got some big issues with that car, but the 02 and the 14 duking it out right now. Coming off of turn 4, the 02 all over the rear bumper of that 14 going into turn 1. We'll see if he's got anything for him. Going down the back straightaways, you see him get real close to his rear bumper. Oh, the 02 tries to avoid contact, and he does, but now going into turn 3, the 02's got the bottom lane on the 14. The 02 looking to make that pass. They're neck and neck across the start-finish line. Going into turn 1 now, the 02's got the preferred line with the 14 on the outside. Still side by side. Coming off of turn 2, they're still neck and neck going down the back straightaway.
Wow, door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel action here. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Rob's going to clear him. No, he doesn't. He gets turned. Dylan Winters into the inside wall. We got a caution.
Unbelievable. Great battling we saw between the 02 and the 14. Oh, big complications to that 02 car of Rob Collier. Lots of damage there.
My goodness, what a race we are watching. This is some of the best racing we've seen all season in this series. This is incredible what we are watching right now.
Go back and look at that replay and see what happened between these two cars here. We'll go on a little bit of a different angle. Maybe we can see something happening. Just a little contact there. Maybe a little bit of a tight situation out of that 02 car, pushing on up into the 14, making big contact there. Looks like some motor issues with that 02 car. He might be out of this race.
We're going to get a late race restart in this one. We're going to give Alexander Light another opportunity on the outside of Mobley on a restart.
Well, we got some toe issues with this 14 car. The right front is all bent out of shape there. Unfortunate. Yeah, so now look at this. We've got the 54 car of Alex Light and the 8 car of Riley Mobley. Alex is going to get another chance at this 8 car.
Yeah, this is going to get exciting. And then also you got Matt Steve and Javon Thompson. They've been battling it out this whole race inside the top 5. And then you have your race 1 winner, James Morris, is surfaced to the top 5 in this race. This is wide open for anybody to take. This is going to get absolutely thrilling, edge of your seat action here in the Nexus National Tour.
Yeah, a great turnaround by that 18 car to get back up into the top 5. We've got Sean Harrell in the chat. Riley is the man, he says. Well, heck yeah, he's the man. He's leading this race right now. That's what I'm saying. Got Keith Brubaker. Come on, 54. I think the 54's got something for the 8. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. He's got that outside line figured out. He's going to be restarting on the outside line. If anybody's got anything on the outside, it is that 54 car. He's a trendsetter. We've seen so many other guys attempt his line up on the outside and have made it work. The 54 is out here setting trends tonight. Can he do it once again and get that lead back for Mobley?
I think it's a great possibility that we will be seeing that, or at least a great battle between these 2 cars. Now, we are seeing lights out on the pace car. We're going to be going green flag racing this time by. We're going to try to finish out this race number 2 under green. See what these guys can do. Single file restart. It's going to get interesting right here. We're going to be seeing the pace car pulling off the racing surface. And green flag is out in the air for the 8 car. And the 54 doesn't get that great of a jump that he wanted. But going into turn 1 now, there's a huge gap there between those 2 cars. The 8 and the 54 trying to make something happen with the 8 car. He's still losing ground to the 8 car going into turn 3 now. We're going to be completing lap 47 this time by. And the 8 car, your leader.
We got 3 laps to go. Can Alexander Light find something up on behind the 8 car to make a charge? It looks like they're slowing a little bit. Maybe the run is a little off. As now we got the 54 car closing up even closer to the 8 car.
And the 54 is still not being able. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Bryce, let's go back and look and see what happened here with this 4 car. See what happened. A little bit of contact there with the 39 coming off of turn 4. All right. Some very exciting action happening there between the 8 and the 54. And it looks like the 8 car started pulling away. And maybe not the restart that the 54 wanted. But he's going to get another shot at it. We'll see what he can do.
We're going to get one of these Nexus overtime finishes here in the National Tour at North Wilkesboro, baby.
All right, so now we've got the 8 car of Riley Mobley in P1, Alexander Light in P2, Matt Steven P3, James Morris moving his way up one more position to P4 with Javon Thompson in P5. Behind him, we've got Brad Haldane. Bad Brad not having the night that he needed for the first race and most of this second race, but he's going to have a chance to get himself back up front there. Now we got Matt Yost behind him as well. We've got Jordan Otten here in the 00 car. The Ott car. Trying to make something happen off of, what is that, P8. And we got Scott Mayhew all the way back here in P9. He's got one lap to do something. Maybe he can. There's Steven Downton, P10. That rounds out your top 10.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get one of these one-lap shootouts to the finish here.
Yeah, actually, we just got Keith in the chat here. Do we do green-white checkers here? We do. If it falls right. We might be having a glitch here, actually. Showing white flag right now. But we are lining up. Oh, no, we're going back. Yeah, so we're going to have a one-lap shootout here with these guys. There's a caution between then. We will go into a green-white checkered. But we'll see. Right now, one-lap shootout. We got lights off on the pace car. We are going green flag racing this time by. You're going to be seeing the pace car coming into the pit road right now as the 8 car going to the restart box now. Green flag out in the air with the 54 all over his rear bumper. But the 8 car getting a great restart as we now see the 18 making a fantastic pass on the 98. And coming off of turn 2, now the 8 car leads this race.
Coming down the back for the final time. Does anything left in that 54 car? It doesn't look like it. Coming off of turn 4, Riley Mobley will take race number 2 here in the National Tour at North Wilkesboro.
Great driving by these drivers tonight, and it looks like James Morris does go ahead and pick up the P3 position over Matt Steven on that last lap pass. Wow.
Yeah, what a drive by that guy right there. Went from P17 from the start to the lead, or to P3 at the end. That's crazy.
Well, let's go ahead and move up James Morris here to the broadcast booth. Let's interview him. Hey, James, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. How you doing?
I'm doing. How are y'all guys?
Good, man. We saw you make that last lap pass there on the 98, getting everything you can out of that car and finishing out with a podium position. Unbelievable. You worked your way all the way from the back to the front to gain some more points there and grab another podium position. Congratulations. Tell us a little bit about what has happened during that race and how'd you get that 18 car back to the front?
Well, at the beginning, I had issues. PC would not let me click the grid up, so I missed the grid. So I was just behind the 8 ball. I got out. I was way behind the field. You know, about 10 laps went by. The caution came out. You know, got the wave around. It didn't give me my lap back. So then the next caution, I finally got my lap back. Once I wasted, a lot of time with that. But overall, the car was really strong, really fast, handled really well. You know, this race, I was like, it's going to be hard to get to the front to pass. So I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Let's just get the best amount of points I can get. Did not expect to get a podium because just how hard it was to pass. But, man, God, this car was so good tonight. It was so fast. And it handled like a dream.
Yep, absolutely. You put that on full display tonight. Congratulations on that P3 finish. James, who would you like to thank for your second podium for tonight? And great showcase.
Dylan, Redleg, the whole team, friends, everybody. EPI for powering this machine and helping me learn how to build these things better each week. And my fiance and all the wives and girlfriends that put up with us. Just can't thank them enough for everything they do for us.
Yes,
of course,
sir.
Thank you guys.
Oh, well, thank you for those kind words. Thank you for all the girlfriends, fiancés, wives that let us do this, because this is pretty fun, James. I'm not going to lie. I don't know about you, but I enjoy this as well.
I do. I enjoy it. Shoot, I've been doing this stuff for 14 years, so I love it.
Heck yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations again for your P3 finish, and we hope to see you in the next one.
See you next week, guys. Have a good weekend. Be safe. And I'll be waiting to see y'all stream this weekend through Monday.
Heck yeah, thank you. That was James Morris, your P3 finisher for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up the driver of this 54 car, Alexander Light.
Hey, Alexander, this is Jay and Thomas up here in the booth. How are you doing, man? P2.
I'm good. I'm good. How about you guys?
Oh, we're doing fantastic. Watching a great race. I mean, you made it work on the outside. You were basically a trendsetter out there. So many other guys kind of taking a play out of your playbook there and running that outside line. Tell us a little bit about your race and how you end up coming out your P2 and making that outside line work.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how I made the outside line work. Here at North Wilkesboro, I'm really comfortable on the inside line. I was talking with Riley before you guys pull me in here. The way I was running the line, I was really trying to go for like a late apex, swing it wide, and then cut down on the exit to try and make my line as straight as possible so I could hit full throttle. But running that outside, for some reason, the car just really stuck there. I mean, you guys saw the battle with me and Riley for a while whenever he was fighting for the lead. He was able to get a strong entry. He could send it, but the speed I was able to carry on the exit was just so much that we were able to just keep going back and forth. And even I tuned in for a minute under, I think, one of the cautions. You guys were talking about me and Patrick going back and forth, how it was just trying to find different lines and what worked. But that outside line, yeah, I don't know what it was. Typically, I don't have luck running the outside line here, but it just seemed to really stick today.
Wow, that was just a phenomenal race. I mean, we just were on the edge of our seat. I'm sure everybody else was. You had lots of supporters in the chat for you to do good tonight, and you did. You brought it home P2. Who do you have to thank for your just incredible performance tonight here at North Wilkesboro?
Really just my team, Limitless Esports. We do a lot of NASCAR racing. We're in a couple different leagues and spend a lot of time working on the Cup car. But I do enjoy short track racing. It's a lot of fun to just get in, do some beating and banging. And so it's a different pace of things. But yeah, Limitless Esports, the big group I need to thank. So they've done a lot to help me get a lot of speed, learn a whole lot since I've joined.
All right. Well, you have it right here. Alexander Light, your P2 winner. Loving that short track racing here. Congratulations again, Alex, and we hope to see you in the next one.
Thanks, guys. I hope to be here next week.
Heck yeah. That was Alexander Light, your P2 finisher for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring down the winner, Riley Mobley, in the 05 car, or 8 car, excuse me. I've been saying 05 all night, but it's really the 8 car. But let's bring him down here. Hey, Riley, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Gotcha.
Hey, Riley, what a fantastic run you had tonight, and especially that battle you had with the 54 car. Insane driving that you displayed there, going side by side with the 54 car for umpteenth amount of laps. But tell us a little bit about that battle you had with the 54, and then maybe, give us a little bit of perspective of what was going through your head on those final restarts.
Well, the battle with the 54 was interesting because he would gain on exit, but I would gain on entry because I could drive it in deeper. But I knew I just had to take away his exit, so I moved up a little bit to kind of keep him from squaring off that exit, and that gave me the edge I needed to pass him.
Yeah, we definitely saw a little bit of maybe a lane change coming from that 8 car to try and maximize a little bit of speed in the middle of that corner. Actually, Jay and I talked about that a little bit midstream there, but nonetheless, a great move that you made on that 54 car to be able to complete that pass. But go ahead and give us a little bit of perspective on what was going through your head on those final restarts, especially with the battle that you had with the 54.
Don't give him the chance. That was the only thing I could potentially think about. Was just do not give him a chance to get to the inside. If he got to my inside, I was done. So I just had to focus up, getting really good restarts. I was lucky to have 2 really good ones that helped secure the race. So that's all you really needed there.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually, James Morris told us how important those restarts were when he won that first race. So again, another driver telling us how important those restarts are. That's all for me. I'm gonna hand it off to Jay here. Jay, you got any questions for Riley?
I don't have any questions. I mean, I guess who do you have to thank for your performance, and then congratulations on your P1 tonight.
I got to thank Patrick Dobransky, the 23 car. He loaned me a setup with like 10 minutes left in practice. I dialed it in and got it set up for the race. Thank my buddy Dakota, who's sitting next to me. He cheered me on the entire race, even through race 1, which was, I don't even want to talk about race 1. But yeah, shout out to you guys as always. I'm sure the broadcast was as good as it always has been. Keep me coming back.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We appreciate those kind words. We truly appreciate you coming out, giving us that amazing content for us to talk about. And you know what, Riley? We surely hope to see you in the next one. Congratulations again. Your winner tonight, Riley Mobley.
Thank you.
All right, Jay. What a fantastic race that we witnessed tonight. Honestly, from the drop of the green flag to the checker flag in both races. Fantastic races. Action everywhere.
That was some of the best short track racing you could ask for here tonight. The best iRacers in the business, as always, here in the Nexus Sim Racing League. We found out that they could make the outside work. We saw Alexander Light take it to the top. He was trend setting out here. You saw Javone Thompson, Matt Steven. You saw Dylan Winters. You saw multiple guys take it to the outside and challenge throughout the race with great battles. We saw such parity in the first race with the winner James Morris coming out on top. We saw parity in the second race and a great battle at the end with Mobley coming out on top. These two guys seem to find victory lane wherever we go. Such great short track racers. And we just saw what was a great night of racing. Door to door, fender to fender. Got lots of different parity. Just, there's nothing more you could say about it. This was just an amazing race that we witnessed tonight.
Absolutely. And you know what? The whole point of the best drivers in the business, again, is proven tonight. We did really 100 laps here around Wilkesboro, 2 separate races, and it was just action-packed. We had fantastic drives throughout the whole field. I mean, what else could you ask for? These guys give us great racing straight to you guys on YouTube and giving you guys the best product that they can absolutely give you. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and start to wind down this broadcast here, Jay. First off, I just want to thank everybody who came out, commented on our stream, interacted with us. We love talking to you guys during the race, even if it's really hard to get a word in. But we truly appreciate it. We appreciate you guys liking our stream. And we also appreciate it if you guys would hit that subscribe button. It means the world to us. We are so very close to reaching that first goal that Jay and I have of 500 subscribers. If you guys turn out to be, 100th subscriber, 200th subscriber, the 300th subscriber, we're getting close. Make sure you guys let us know if you're that number 300. We'll give you a shout out. We've done it for our 100th subscriber. We've done it for our 200th subscriber. And we are so close to our 300th subscriber. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and show a little support for your boys over here at the Dega Boys Broadcasting Network. With that being said, to everybody who goes ahead and subscribes to our channel, make sure you guys check out all the other content we have there. We also do a podcast. Make sure you guys check that out as well. Every Tuesday, we are doing a podcast. And make sure you guys check out all the videos we have, too. We got lots of content for you guys. Hours of viewing with videos for you guys to watch. And as always, I would just like to personally thank, again, everybody coming out and supporting our stream. Thank you guys again. We will be right back with you guys broadcasting and podcasting, so make sure you guys tune into our channel. And this is Thomas and Jay We'll see you in the next one.